everyone, I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and this is Weekend Project. Thank you for joining us today. We greatly appreciate you and your company. We are working on What Is That Foot series. This should be number 2, if I remember correctly. Sorry, we're a little delayed on getting back to that. Life happens. So here is a fringe foot, and mine is for Janome, new machine, top loading sewing machine. Okay, and mine is a short shank. Now, sewing machines come in short shank and long shank. This Janome here happens to be a short shank. This is a Janome 2160 QDC, and the other one I have is a 9700. It is a long shank, and my 15,000 Horizon is also a long shank. So what this foot does, it makes fringe, and you could cut that fringe if you wanted to, or you can just use it looped or leave it looped. Now you can decorate pillows, clothing, quilt projects, blocks, wall hangings, whatever you like. You can copy your kids' colorings or your grandkids' colorings, use a little fringe foot and color it out like that with some beautiful thread, and they would absolutely love it. So here is the foot. Okay, I'll show you exactly what it looks like there. So you can see it in the overhead camera, hopefully. Okay, so it looks like that. It's got a little top part that the thread pops back and forth over. Okay, and there's a little picture right there. Okay, and we're just going to remove our older foot, our regular foot, not older foot. I don't know why I said that. Regular foot, and we're just going to slip this one on. Okay, so we want to make sure that we are first know that if it's a short shank or a long shank machine, and then we want to lock it in place. Okay, and then we put the foot all the way down to the bottom, and then we're just going to tighten it. With the screwdriver. Whenever you change feet, you really want to make sure you're tightening and loosening with the screwdriver. Oops. Before that, let's do this and push it all the way up. Make sure I got it all the way up. Okay, I do. You can like finger tighten first, oops, and then come back in with the screwdriver. Whatever works for you. Okay, make sure it's all good, locked in place. Now we're just going to take our thread and we're just going to loop it through, make sure it goes to the back of the foot. I have gray in the bottom and orange on the top. Because I don't have a short spool, I have a longer spool of thread here. I usually put it in a cup or a mug or something like that so it doesn't bounce around all over the place, and it's easier to control. So what I did here is to show you what the fringe foot does, is I've quickly just drawn out a little fall pumpkin. So we're going to fringe fall pumpkin, okay? So we'll start at the top of this pumpkin and we'll work our way around. I just drew it lightly with pencil. You might be able just to see that faintly there. Okay, and then I just a little top and a stem. So I'm going to start here and work my way around so I can show you what it looks like, okay? I'm starting at that line. Now this is no fancy machine. I mean, it's a beautiful machine, but there's no auto cut or anything else like that. So, and when you start, you want to make sure you do a little back stitch, a couple bits just to secure those stitches, okay? Because one little pull will just all unravel, okay? So figure out where your back stitch is. Mine is right here on the front of the machine. So get started, do a little back stitch, and then follow on down. And I have set this to a zigzag stitch. You want the width at 2.5 and then the length at about a 0.8 or like a 1. Alright? If you have a fringe foot for your specific machine, then you can make sure you're loading it correctly, and you can do some beautiful art. If you don't have a fringe foot for your machine and you really want one, you can go look one up and probably purchase one for your machine. Some of them are very universal. Okay. I'm just following my line. Okay. Here. It is pouring rain rain here today. It is coming down the buckets. We've had thunderstorm warnings. It's doing its thing. It's the end of summer. Slowly turn it. Sorry. Back on track. And this is a fun way to add accent pieces to clothing, like I said, or pillows, wall hangings, kids' clothing. You can do art pieces. You know, you can do lots of fun stuff with fringe. And it's always nice to know what those feet do, just in case you want to use them. You've been looking at them going, what do you do? I have no idea. Or you could be super curious and want to use absolutely every single foot that comes with your machine. And there's many. There's like roll cam and usually free motion foot, zipper foot. Some machines, if they're just a straight stitcher, sometimes they just have a regular foot. Sometimes you have to purchase those ones extra. One moment. Trying to concentrate to keep the little line that I drew right in the center of the feet, so I know that the stitching is going to be on either side of the line. And of course the fringe or the loop fringe is going to be as long as the height of this little part right here gives it, because that's what it's using as a template. All having a great day today. We're almost up around the other side. You can see, I mean, of course I made a big pumpkin. What's the point of making a small pumpkin, I see. And we have first is Thanksgiving coming up here. That's in October. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. So of course we want to make some of our fall decorations and things that inspire us and learn new things. We'll make a few gifts for somebody. You don't always have to have a whole big collection of fabric to be able to make something for someone. You just need like a little bit of fabric and a couple of colored threads and you can make something beautiful. The only limitation is your imagination. I've said that for years. Trying to keep it at a steady pace. I'm trying not to go Leadfoot Larry-ness here going on. Oh, it is so easy sometimes. And I have a little line that's coming right down the center of the pumpkin, so I'm just going to kind of come down and follow that. And then we'll see what it looks like. Okay. I know we're going to have to do more of the lines, just like the grooves that happen naturally in the pumpkin. And I have seen people that cut the fringe if it's not going to be used like on a daily basis or washed or something like that, if it's just like an art piece. I have seen them cut it and it adds a whole different texture. And of course you can keep going around and around and around and around and around as many times as you like to bulk out your pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to come right down to where the stitches are just kind of going to lock over each other. Come down a little bit farther and then... Okay, and then we're just going to lift our foot, make sure our needle is up. Oh, sorry, there we go. Pull out. Okay. A little snips. Okay, and then here we go. That's the beginning part of our pumpkin, and we'll come down and do some lines right here. And if you go and you loop around each other again and again and again, you can get something very much like this. This is 3 rows of the fringe, and I just pressed it to the outside. So you could do another color. You could do this rainbow and it would look so beautiful. It really would look absolutely beautiful. Do a couple times with varying shades of oranges and really bulk out that pumpkin, and you can just keep going and going, maybe fill in between if you wanted to. I mean, really the inspiration and the drive is yours, right? You can also, as an accent, just do row after row after row. Fun. It feels really neat to, like, on the fingers. So if you want to do something very tactile for somebody, you know, that likes to play with things, or on the fidget quilts or something, this would be a really good stitch and thread to do that with. Okay, so hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me today. Big hugs to you and your loved ones, and sending the love your way. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon, okay?